Success for you might not mean building a business and winning boxing title fights. Success might just mean for you just being a good man with a good job and raising a good family. That might be success for you. Success looks different for everyone depending on your vision for the future and what your values are. But the main thing that I want you to internalize in this video is that in order to become a successful man, you must first become the type of man capable of achieving success. You must become the type of man that is capable of even getting the results to begin with. In 2019, I started door-to-door sales back when I was still a teenager. I was a flimsy man with no skills, a little bit socially awkward, a little bit of a degenerate. I started door-to-door sales, and that sort of helped me get started with a self-improvement a little bit because I was very much motivated to become a good salesman, to start making money. I was hungry. It gave me that fire inside of me. But then when COVID hit, I lost my sales job, and then I was forced to work for a short period of time at the Amazon warehouse through COVID. The Amazon warehouse, it was definitely one of the most miserable places I've ever been in my life. Imagine I was just waking up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, defrosting my car like an NPC, like just scraping the ice off my car, and then just driving 40 minutes to work in the cold. I'd be driving to work and it would just be pitch black outside, and then by the time I finished my 10-12 hour shift, it was dark again outside. There was no windows in the building, so for 4 days of the week, I wouldn't see daylight. And then the thing is, when I was working at Amazon, I was a lot different to the man that I am today. I wasn't productive, I wasn't focused on my purpose, on my mission. I was just a degenerate. So when it came to the weekend, my 3 days off every single week, how do you think I was spending those 3 days off? Do you think I was meditating? Absolutely fucking not. Every single week after I finished at Amazon, 4 days on, 3 days off, every single weekend, I'm partying, I'm at the club, I'm at Weatherspoons, down in pictures because I think I'm a funny guy. I'm at some house party with everyone around me just absolutely pissed, smoking weed, some random girl on drugs just like backing up against me, rubbing herself on me. I was at home playing video games. That was literally life for me while I was working at Amazon. I was a total degenerate. But then whilst I was at Amazon, one interesting thing about working at Amazon is like I was packing parcels. So it's like I could see everyone's orders and I had to pack all their orders in a box. And it's like I'd always like get like orders of like books and stuff like that. I was always somewhat interested in like these books, and then I came across one from David Goggins. That sounds like an interesting book, and it sort of just inspired me to go home and order it for myself. That's what got me into like sort of reading. I read this book and I could really just resonate with the story in a way because I had been kickboxing previously, not a very high level, but I'd been kickboxing recently. I hadn't had much success in kickboxing. I won a couple of tournaments, but that's about it. And I've always been inspired as well by like these masculine role models, you know. And I started reading this David Goggins book, and he starts to talk about how like when he was in his mid-20s, he was 300 pounds, morbidly obese, just spraying cockroaches, going home, eating donuts. He was just lonely and miserable. And then I took some time to reflect on like the average person around me, like all of these guys in Amazon that were all single, all a little bit creepy towards women, all a little bit socially awkward and a little bit weird. And then it was just like, okay, the average guy's life. The average guy, he's overweight, he's got like a soft, flimsy body. He goes home from work, from a job that he just hates. He gets violated by his boss all day at work. He comes home and then has to deal with his wife just nagging because he is not a man that even deserves respect from his own wife. He doesn't even respect himself, never mind his wife respect him. It's like that is the life of the average man. As horrible as me describing that is the life of an average man. I'm sure they have good days and bad days, but like overall, that's my interpretation of the average man's life. And that's not a life that I wanted to live. I wanted to live an exceptional life, not just a life where I go home to a nagging wife. In the Bible, it even talks about, in the Bible study that we've been doing recently, it's like there's nothing more destructive to a man than a nagging wife. But anyway, that's not the life that I wanted to live. And after reading this book about how Goggins was overweight and then he literally just decided to make that change, completely 180'd his life in just a couple of months, really just shaved his head, lost like 80 pounds in like 2 months and signed up to the Navy SEALs. I was like, you know what? It's time to make a change. Looked myself in the mirror. I was like, you know what? No, I'm not going to continue to live in shame. The reason why most people fall into depression men specifically, is not because they are a victim of the world. It's just because they feel shame. They feel ashamed of themselves. As men, our happiness comes from feeling proud of ourselves, from working towards our purpose, working towards the good, to make progress towards a goal. That's where our happiness and fulfillment comes from as men. That's what our masculine energy craves. It's purpose and a mission. And we all share this fundamental mission of just becoming the best version of ourselves as possible. So I decided that I was just going to fully commit to my self-improvement. I started reading, had to start healing my mind. I had to go on a hardcore dopamine detox in order to actually to clear the brain fog and actually give myself my focus back. Because most people now in 2024 have an attention span not the same as a goldfish, but actually worse than a goldfish because of all the constant consuming pleasures. And me especially, being someone that was literally addicted to like partying and playing video games, my dopamine receptors were fucked. I had to heal my mind to give myself the ability to concentrate. I had to get in the gym to actually build a body that I was proud of and that is actually respectable to other men. I had to just take a complete year of my life to just focus on myself. And as a result of that gave me the foundation that I was then able to build on top of. That's how I started making 5K a month as a remote setter. That's how I built a business. That's how I got into boxing, started having boxing fights and winning boxing fights, because I built that foundation of self-improvement. Without that 1 year period where I just fully commit to my goals, none of the other stuff would have ever happened. Last year would not have happened. I would still probably be in some warehouse somewhere, just the same old degenerate, playing video games every weekend. I'd probably be overweight, out of shape. You wouldn't respect me. Women wouldn't respect me. My mom wouldn't respect me. I would just be a loser if I didn't make that change. But I had to identify that, oh shit, the path that I'm going down, it's never gonna turn out well. If you wanna live an exceptional life, you've got to become an exceptional man. Now, most people can agree with the fact that the 5 people you spend the most time with have a direct influence on who you become as a person. You are the product of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Most people know this, but yet still for some reason choose to spend time with idiots. This was me. This was absolutely me. All of my friends were playing video games or doing coke every weekend. Like, I didn't have a single good influence around me. But this year, when I decided to fully commit to my self-improvement, I decided that, okay, like, look, I've got to make a change. Like, these bad influences around me have got to go. So for 1 whole year, I didn't talk to any of them, not a single one of my friends. My only friends for this whole 1 year time frame were my coach, my boxing coach, my mentor, Jay, who I met at the gym throughout this year, and my brother. Those were my 3 friends that entire year. I would go to work. I wasn't talking to no one. I was on my grind. I didn't care about your bullshit. I didn't care about your weekend. Yes, that might sound like you're being a little bit of a dick, but if you truly love yourself, the most important thing for you to do is be specific and be picky about who you spend your time with and what you spend your time doing, because this is going to directly influence the type of life that you live and the man that you become. If you're watching this video and you're subscribed to my YouTube channel, you're watching all these videos about how to start a business, and you're still fat and overweight, soft body, flimsy mindset, man tits, and you're looking to start a business, no disrespect to you, bro, but you haven't even built your foundation yet. You need to first focus on yourself. You need to focus on actually being healthy, being a healthy person. Go to the gym and actually just get in shape. If you are someone that can't even just sit down and just read a book for 30 minutes without getting distracted and reaching to your phone, again, you should not be starting a business, bro. No disrespect to you, but you need to heal your mind. You need to heal your dopamine receptors. You have been so overstimulated to the point where you can't sit down and read a book. Back in like the Roman Empire days, like reading a book was considered pleasure. The same amount of dopamine we get from playing video games and stuff like that, that used to be their reading. And now you can't even sit down, which is supposed to be a stimulating activity. You can't even sit down and read a book without reaching for your phone to scroll on TikTok, maybe eat some snacks while you're doing that. If you are not yet established in your self-improvement and your character development as a man, then this should be your number 1 priority, because anything you try to build on top of a shaky foundation is only going to fold back in on itself. Imagine trying to build a house on sand. How well is that going to go for you, bro? How well is that going to go for you? And at the end of the day, you can only build as high as the foundation allows it. So if you don't build this foundation, you're only going to figure out that things are going to crumble beneath you. If you are currently a little bit like stuck and you don't really know where to start in this, for me, it all just started in trying to cut out those small bad habits and replace them with good habits. The main thing for me, like the first thing that I needed to go was the friends, the bad influences. And the second thing that needed to go was the video games. So what did I do? Instead of trying to build willpower, build discipline, that, oh, I'm not going to play video games tonight. I just gave away the TV. I can't play video games anymore, even if I wanted to. I don't have a TV. Now if I want to play video games, I've got to go out my way to buy a TV, set it all up and then play. Am I going to do that? No, because I can't bother. I'm working. Make the bad habits difficult to do and make the good habits easy. So the first thing for me, cutting off the friends and getting rid of the video games. And from there, I had a great foundation. I had so much more free time because I'm not drinking, I'm not partying, I'm not playing video games. Now, what can I do with my free time? I can start reading books. I was reading an hour a day, reading books. I was meditating to heal my brain, to be able to stay present in the moment, focus on my breath and be here rather than just daydreaming all day like an NPC. Cold showers every single day to build discipline. There's loads of benefits of cold exposure that I don't even know of. The main one is just building discipline because it's difficult. Journaling every single day, keep myself accountable to sort of track my progress, document the journey, journaling every single day. Training every single day as well, exercising every single day, but you need a rest day. Like, you are a part-time savage. If you really want to live up to your full potential and embrace that full-time savage mentality, you need to train every day. There's something magical about having 0 days off. No matter what, by any means, you get your training in. Just me taking a year to do this completely changed my life, and you'd be amazed with how much progress you can make in just 1 year of time if you fully commit yourself to this mission and building yourself into becoming a better man. By the end of this year, I want you to focus on becoming that guy. You need to be that guy by the end of 2024. And if you need any help, any questions regarding self-improvement or anything like that, I don't have a self-improvement program that I'm going to sell you or anything. Just shoot me a message. I'm here to help you, boys. If I can help you, I will help you. If I'm not qualified to help you on something, then I'll send you to someone who can, okay? I'm not going to sell you anything. No ebooks, no courses or anything. If you need any help, bro, let me know and I'm here for you. Yeah. Boys, that's all for this video. Self-improvement is the most important thing and God knows who deserves the results. So become that guy and you will succeed. As always, boys, keep grinding.